It's that time of the week to review AEW Rampage, and I have been drawn the very short straw. You can say this is a punishment, you can say whatever, but we have to dive in to the show, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good show. It never is. And when the best segment of the show is Nyla Rose, I think we've got a problem here. But we were in Daly's place here in Jacksonville, Florida. The ring and the Titantron and all that stuff, and the entrance ramp. It was very unique. It was in the corner, and if I'm going to give AEW any credit, I do like when they change it up, even though sometimes it can look a bit cheap. Because like sometimes it literally looks like there's no ramp, and that is a problem in my opinion. But I feel like this is actually a nice one. We had Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur on commentary. We have the Acclaimed taking on the Varsity Athletes. I feel sorry to Billy Gunn because the guy could have been reuniting with DX on Raw, but here he is, scissoring two guys. Is what it is. They win, they retain their titles, and then of course that means the stipulation they can use the term scissoring, and they rip up the contract, the batter. Mark Sterling at the end of this match, the Claim basically just start battering him. Then like Billy Gunn rips up the contract, the paper. They're all in three different corners of the ring. They run into the middle, and then couple of wee scissor action going on here, and it's like, scissor me timbers, laddie. It's like, what? I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. We'll get a backstage interview with Eddie Kingston and a pack of jobbers, the Lucha Brothers, and basically talking how about Eddie Kingston's losing his cool in matches. The guy's shite. I don't even know why he's in a job. He clearly has anger issues, like legit anger issues. He's not in shape. He looks disgusting. He looks like the big fat green guy for SpongeBob. Barnacles. I can't. The guy who has pickles on his burger and he almost sues SpongeBob at the Krusty Krab. If you know, you know, right? If you don't know, fair enough. But it is what it is. Or is that like? I was thinking of someone else there, but doesn't it really matter, guys? Doesn't it really matter? But then if Hook taking on Ara Davari, Davari says, "Well, he didn't accept my invitation to buy the belt off you with my bank card because he would have just put it straight into your bank account." He went, "So how about some real cash?" And then he hands it to him. Hook's like, "No," and then Hook just beats him, and it's like, what are we supposed to? This Hook guy. Yeah, no, it's funny. He actually looks nothing like Taz, and he's nowhere near the height of Taz. So, you know, the match existed, but AEW just does so many matches where you know one person or that team is going to win. Like there was no there is no way he was going to lose here with Matt Hardy in the back doing this horrendous rap. But you know what? It was Matt Hardy, so it kind of gets half a thumbs up for me. We then have the debut of Willow Nightingale. Well, I say the debut. That's what it said on the ring. It went, Willow Nightingale is all elite. Why can't AEW just title it like Willow Nightingale versus Layla Gray? They've always got to change it up, because it separates the segment stuff. I don't know. Like down our you never get that. Like they just say the match as it is, because that's the way it should be. Like half the time AEW just literally says spoilers in their title. It's like John Moxley could be taking on Adam Page and he wins. It'd be like John Moxley retains his title against Adam Page in a grueling encounter, just spoiling it in the YouTube clip. And albeit maybe that's a way to try and get people to actually tune into the actual show live. But who's actually going to do that? Nobody's going to do that. If you're used to watching the clips, especially like like people who don't live in America, because it's just not at good times. Like here in the UK, Dynamite starts at 1 a.m. and finishes at 3. But with Rampage, I'm pretty sure it starts at 3 a.m. and finishes at 4, just to go on after SmackDown. Who's going to do that? Nobody. Nightingale wins. Actually, it's a decent theme song. And then Shivani gets in the ring after she wins, basically generic from, "Oh, stand up for Willow Nightingale." Alright, Tony, mate. Alright, Tony, mate. Which is just a bit fucking shite. But then Jade Gargill comes out with a chair, Then starts counting down from 10, basically giving Nyla Rose an ultimatum that if she doesn't commit, there's going to be serious consequences because, of course, she stole her belt. And it's not the only thing she steals here, because then it pans to Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero, and some other woman in the back of this car. It turns out the car is, in fact, Willow's. Jade Gargill, which means Nyla Rose has committed Grand Theft Auto. I mean, she committed Grand Theft Auto on her fucking penis. You know, is what it is. But she sings that song, and I say, hey, what's going on? And it was actually an alright segment. Considering who was involved, it was alright. Then they drive off with Vicky Guerrero laughing. It's like, fuck, you can't stand these bastards. But it was cool seeing like her like hijack her car and then drive off. And then like I like backstage segments like that. Not that it was fucking brilliant, but normally AEW is surrounded by shite. Everything's shit. So you know what? I'll take it. But it was 4 non-blondes that sing that song. What's going on? So brilliant. But then Gargoyle says that she's not leaving the ring until she comes back with her title. And it's like, hold on here. She said she's driving away. I think she said she was going to Jacksonville, which was nowhere near where they were. Or were they in Jacksonville? Just double check. Alright, they were in Jacksonville, but she said she was leaving to go somewhere else. Like somewhere else in Florida. Was it Tampa? I don't know. But then she says that, and then like the security guards on it, and then she's just decking them one by one. And again, it's like, I've no problem with this. If Jade Cargill wants to start battering men, that's fair enough. But I don't understand why they can just, like, we've already made the fit on the channel, but why can't we just get it 50-50? Now, I'm not saying when Brock Lesnar is going to, like, a woman referee's going to commit and Brock Lesnar's going to fucking snap her in half, but, you know, it's just other elements. It's like we talked about in WWE, Rhea Ripley and all that stuff. Battering Ray, and his son, he doesn't do anything. Here, I mean, this is a bit different, but Jade Gargill, looking pretty strong here, and I think it's just a matter of time before she goes into the world title. I mean, she should be fucking like who's the women's Toni Storm? Fucking joke. Don't even know why that's happening. But then we have Orange Cassidy taking on Rush, taking on 10 for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Was this his first defense? Might be. I just don't get this guy. He's got his hands in his pockets. It looks so cheap. It looks so funny. He's taking on 2 jobbers here. You know, like, it's a triple threat match. It's pretty hard to fuck one of these up. So from that point of view, it was probably the best match of the night. But again, it just sucks. In my opinion, it still sucks. His style. Like, how's he even a world champion? Like, obviously he retains here, and then, like, Dark Order are like, oh, fucking near greeting. They put this, and then as they're heading to the back, -1 runs it, and of course, -1 is the son of, what do you call him? Luke Harper. Don't even know his AEW name. Luke Harper. So yeah, he comes out wanting to fight Rush, and it's like, hold on, mate. You're like 10 years old. This Rush guy's actually pretty big. He'd fucking snap you. So I don't understand why he was coming out. And why, like, is this like the first time this -1 kid's appeared in, like, what, a year? Honestly, I can't really remember. You know, don't really understand what's going on there. But that is your Rampage review with fucking Matt Hardy rapping with a Grand Theft Auto. I mean, it literally felt like this was a dark show. I mean, not that I watch AEW Dark, but every match you just knew who was going to win. You need something different than that. You do. Like, AEW fans would argue that Rampage is like what SmackDown was to Raw back in the day. I said, fuck. it's so much worse. I mean, I don't even need to say that. Obviously, everyone knows that, but, you know, it literally feels like, I don't even know, it feels like Velocity compared to Raw. Or Velocity compared to SmackDown, Heat compared to Raw. And that's a diss at Heat and Velocity, because they were actually good, and this is shite. And for that note, I'm giving it a 1 out of 10. I don't really know what else to give it. To be perfectly honest, I'm looking at the show. There's a few things that were funny, I guess, to a degree. But the matches are awful. Like, why are you supposed to care? You know, you're not supposed to care. And that's where we're going to leave it here, guys, for this AEW Rampage review. Till next time, leave your thoughts down below, and aye, what's next? Raw, Crown Jewel, like what, 2 weeks away? 2 weeks away, 5th of November. I mean, at least that's you got Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Logan Paul, Roman Reigns. That's a real match card. Not this shite. This definitely was bad. But anyway, man, too many predictable matches, segments that were shite, one that was alright, Matt Hardy rapping, which was unique to say the least, guys. But anyway, leave your thoughts down below, and I'm giving it a 1 out of 10. Till next time, peace.